What if I told you that the hardest moment of your life right now is actually preparing you for the biggest blessing you have ever received? What if everything that is breaking you down is actually building you up for something so beautiful that you cannot even imagine it yet? I know it sounds hard to believe, especially when you are in pain, but please stay with me until the very end of this video, because I am going to share something with you that will completely change how you see every single test and struggle in your life. The last part of this video contains the most important message, and if you leave early, you will miss exactly what you need to hear right now. Let me ask you something personal. Right now, in this moment, are you going through something that feels unbearable? Something that keeps you up at night? Something that makes you wonder if things will ever get better? Maybe you have been praying for something for months or even years, and it still has not happened. Maybe you have been working so hard toward a goal, but you keep facing obstacle after obstacle. Maybe you feel like everyone around you is moving forward while you are stuck in the same place, dealing with the same problems over and over again. If this is you, I need you to understand something powerful. What you are going through is not random. It is not a punishment. It is not a sign that Allah has forgotten about you. It is preparation. Yes, preparation. Allah is preparing you for something so big, so beautiful, so perfect for you that you need to go through this difficult time first to be ready for it. Think about it like this. Before a farmer can enjoy a harvest, what does he have to do? He has to prepare the soil. He has to dig deep into the earth, break up the hard ground, remove the rocks and weeds. It looks messy. It looks destructive. If you did not know anything about farming, you might think he is ruining the land, but he is not ruining it. He is preparing it. Because that soil needs to be broken up before it can receive the seeds. It needs to be made ready before it can produce something beautiful. That is exactly what Allah is doing with you right now. He is preparing your heart, your character, your faith, your mindset. He is removing things from your life that would have prevented you from receiving the blessing. He is breaking down the parts of you that are not strong enough to carry what He wants to give you. He is getting you ready. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, it feels like it is taking forever. But every single moment of this struggle is purposeful. Nothing is being wasted. Nothing is without meaning. Let me share something with you that really opened my eyes to this truth. Look at the story of Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. When he was born, Pharaoh was killing every baby boy. His mother had to put him in a basket and place him in the river. Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been for her? Then he was raised in the palace of the very man who wanted to kill him. Later, he accidentally killed someone and had to flee the country. He ended up as a shepherd in the middle of nowhere for years. If you looked at his life during those times, you would think everything was going wrong. You would think he was facing one disaster after another. But Allah was preparing him. Every single one of those experiences was getting him ready for his purpose. Growing up in the palace taught him about leadership and gave him confidence. Fleeing and living as a shepherd taught him humility and patience. All of those years of difficulty were not wasted, they were necessary. Because Allah was preparing him to stand up to the most powerful tyrant in the world, to lead an entire nation out of slavery, to receive the Torah, to become one of the greatest prophets ever. He could not have done any of that without first going through all those tests. The same pattern appears over and over again in the Quran. Look at Prophet Yusuf, peace be upon him, betrayed by his brothers, thrown in a well, sold as a slave, falsely accused, imprisoned for years. Every single one of those painful experiences was Allah preparing him to become a leader of Egypt, to save nations from famine, to be reunited with his family. Look at Prophet Ayub, peace be upon him. He lost his wealth, his children, his health. He was tested so deeply that people still talk about his patience thousands of years later. But after all that suffering, Allah restored everything to him and gave him even more than he had before. Do you see the pattern? Deep tests come before big blessings. The harder the test, the greater the blessing that is being prepared for you. Allah does not put you through difficulty for no reason. He does not test you just to watch you struggle. Every test has a purpose. Every difficulty is molding you, shaping you, preparing you for something specific that is coming your way. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be saying, okay, I understand that tests have purpose, but why does it have to be so hard? Why does Allah have to test me so deeply? Why cannot the blessing just come without all this pain? This is such an important question, and I want you to really understand the answer, because it will change everything for you. The reason the test has to be deep is because the blessing that is coming is big. Think about it in practical terms. If someone handed you $1 million right now, today, would you know what to do with it? Would you have the wisdom to manage it properly? Would you have the character to not let it change you in negative ways? Would you be able to handle the responsibility that comes with it? Or would it actually cause more problems in your life? Most people who suddenly get wealth or success without being prepared for it end up losing it quickly or letting it destroy them. Allah knows this. He knows exactly what you can handle and what you cannot. He knows that if He gave you that blessing right now without testing you first, it might actually harm you. So He tests you. He puts you through situations that build your patience, your gratitude, your humility, your reliance on Him, your strength, your wisdom. He removes your arrogance, your attachment to this world, your reliance on people instead of Him. He teaches you lessons that you could not learn any other way. And here is something beautiful. The test itself is part of the blessing. I know that sounds strange, but think about it. When you go through difficulty and you turn to Allah, you get closer to Him. You pray more, you make more dua, you think about Him more, you rely on Him more. That closeness to Allah that you gain through the test is actually more valuable than any worldly blessing you could receive. Because that connection with Allah is what brings real peace, real contentment, real happiness. And it is something that will benefit you not just in this life, but forever in the hereafter. Let me tell you something else that is really important. During the test, Allah is watching how you respond. Are you patient or do you complain constantly? Do you trust Him or do you doubt His wisdom? Do you keep praying or do you give up? Do you stay grateful for what you still have or do you only focus on what you are missing? Your response to the test determines what comes next. If you pass the test with patience and trust, Allah opens doors for you that you never imagined. But if you fail the test by losing hope, complaining, turning away from Allah, then you might end up stuck in the same situation for longer. Think about the children of Israel in the desert. Allah had already promised them the blessed land. It was already written for them. But when they were tested, when they were told to enter the land and fight, they refused, they complained, they doubted. And because they failed that test, they ended up wandering in the desert for 40 years. The blessing was right there, ready for them, but their own response to the test delayed it. Do not let that be you. Do not let your impatience or your complaints or your doubts delay the blessing that Allah has already written for you. Instead, face this test with strength. Face it with patience. Face it with trust in Allah. Keep praying, keep working, keep hoping, keep believing that something beautiful is coming, because it is. Allah never tests you beyond what you can bear, and He never puts you through difficulty without planning to bring you ease. There is a verse in the Quran that says, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. Read that again. Allah does not burden you beyond what you can bear. That means if you are going through something right now, no matter how hard it feels, Allah knows you are strong enough to handle it. He knows you have what it takes to get through this. He believes in you even when you do not believe in yourself. And not only that, but He has already planned the way out. He has already written the end of this difficult chapter, and it ends with ease, with relief, with blessing. But here is the thing. You have to stay in the test long enough to receive the lesson and the blessing. You cannot give up halfway through. Imagine if Prophet Yusuf had given up hope while he was in prison. Imagine if he had stopped praying, stopped trusting Allah, stopped believing that things would get better. He would have missed out on everything that came after. But he did not give up. He stayed patient. He kept his faith strong. He kept trusting Allah even when he could not see any way out. And because of that, he went from a prison cell to a palace, From being forgotten to being one of the most powerful men in the world. The same transformation is possible for you. The same kind of dramatic change from hardship to blessing is something Allah can write for you. But you have to hold on. You have to keep going. You have to trust the process, even when the process is painful. Let me give you some practical advice on how to stay strong during deep tests. First, change your perspective on the test itself. Stop seeing it as something bad that is happening to you and start seeing it as something Allah is doing for you. Every time you face a difficulty, say to yourself, Allah is preparing me for something better. Allah is making me stronger. Allah is teaching me something I need to know. This is not a punishment. This is preparation. Second, increase your worship during the test, not decrease it. I know when you are struggling, sometimes the last thing you feel like doing is praying or reading Quran. But that is exactly what you need most. The test is meant to bring you closer to Allah, so use it for that purpose. Pray your 5 daily prayers on time. Wake up for tahajjud, even if it is just 10 minutes. Read Quran, even if it is just 1 page. Make dua from your heart. Pour out everything you are feeling to Allah. He is listening and He is with you. Third, be patient but also take action. Patience does not mean you just sit and do nothing. It means you do everything you can do while trusting Allah with the results. If you need a job, apply and prepare and network while trusting Allah to open the right door. If you are dealing with health issues, take your medicine and see your doctors while trusting Allah as the true healer. If you are trying to improve yourself, put in the work while asking Allah to help you. Action plus trust, that is the formula. Fourth, surround yourself with reminders of Allah's mercy. Read stories of the prophets and how they overcame their tests. Listen to reminders and lectures that strengthen your faith. Spend time with people who remind you of Allah and encourage you to stay patient. Avoid people and content that make you more anxious, more doubtful, more negative. Protect your heart and mind during this vulnerable time. Fifth, practice gratitude every single day. Even in the middle of your tests, there are blessings. You can still see, still hear, still breathe, still pray. You still have your faith. You still have Allah. You still have hope. Focus on what you have, not just on what you are missing. Thank Allah for the blessings that are still there. Gratitude shifts your energy and opens the door for more blessings. And finally, remember that this is temporary. No matter how long your test has been going on, it will end. No difficulty lasts forever. Allah has promised that with hardship comes ease. Not after hardship, with hardship. That means even now, in the middle of your struggle, ease is coming. Relief is on the way. The blessing is being prepared. You just have to hold on a little longer. I want to tell you something from the bottom of my heart. Whatever you are going through right now, it is not the end of your story. This difficult chapter is preparing you for a beautiful chapter that is coming. Allah has not forgotten you. He has not abandoned you. He is right there with you, closer than you can imagine, watching you, supporting you, preparing something for you that is so perfect, so beautiful, so exactly what you need, that when it comes, you will understand why you had to wait. You will understand why you had to go through all of this. And you will thank Allah for every single moment of the test, because you will see how it made you ready for the blessing. So keep going, keep trusting, keep praying, keep believing. Your test is deep because your blessing is big. Your struggle is hard because your strength is being built. Your wait is long because your reward is great. Do not give up now. Do not lose hope now. You are closer than you think. The darkest part of the night is right before the dawn, and your dawn is coming. After you finish this video, I want you to make a sincere dua. Ask Allah to help you be patient. Ask Him to show you the wisdom in your test. Ask Him to strengthen your faith. Ask Him to prepare you for the blessing He has planned for you. And then trust Him completely. Trust His timing, trust His wisdom, trust His love for you. Because He is the best of planners, and what He has planned for you is better than anything you could imagine. If this message touched your heart, please share it with